process. This is a task force with the professors that I mentioned, just starting working on this. Dr. Alfredo Palacio, as the president of this meeting. We were socializing with medical students about this project. And this is the meeting that we have with the high school students, just telling them which were our plans and which is going to be our project applied. We also received assessment from the University of Miami, and there we have some educational authorities that came to our university and spent like 3 months with us, just coming and going, and then we could have the curriculum completed with their support. Here they are just talking to the vice principal. They were also advising us with some things related to the building and the spaces that we needed and the rooms for PBL and all that. The questions that we could make in this conversation are, what kind of medical profession or professional we want to produce? We want to name that as a nominal level. What kind of strategy are we going to use? That will be the methodological level. What instruments are we going to use? The instrumental level. And how are we going to proceed? The operational level. In the nominal level, we stated the Universidad Espíritu Santo Medical Student Profile, which is a medical professional formed with excellent clinical skills, having a clear leadership, understanding the problems of our society, being creative, critical thinkers, and lifelong learners. This could be very common for you, but in my country, this was totally new. All the members of our community were included in the methodological level. As you can see, authorities, faculty, students, and administrators. The methodological level was based in outcomes, emphasizing the kind of medical professional that we wanted to form. All the elements of the curriculum, the methods that we use, and all the components of the medical education were determinant in order to accomplish our purposes. Accreditation of our school by local organisms, and then in the future by international organisms, is one of the purposes that we stated first, as well as establishing standards that will allow us to assess and evaluate our progress. In the instrumental level, we use a curricular design based in different models to assure education, competency, development, and the student's profile that we were looking for, including values and capabilities. The learning outcomes that we were expecting included the whole process of performing medical activities, doing the right thing, doing the things right, and the right person doing it. In this level, after several meetings and decision-making processes, we generated a consensus between the members of the task force and also the stakeholders. We were working very hard in faculty development for about a year, including national and international courses and workshops. To introduce the curriculum, we decided in the first year, 2008, to establish a pilot program, working with a group of students and faculties. After that, in 2009, we entered to the second phase, and now in the 2010, we will be fully implementing all the components of the curriculum with our first, second, and third year. We initiated our pilot program with 120 students coming from different secondary institutions. applying a very strict filter in our admission process, emphasizing English proficiency, critical thinking and reasoning, and personal background in high school. This is a photograph where we invited students from the principal high schools of our city in order to socialize and share our project with them. They were also invited to integrate the work groups to design a medical curriculum. These groups were directed by members of the councils and faculties. In 2009, we admitted 150 students during our 3 entrance dates, January, May, and September. We completed our faculty group with full-time and part-time teachers. Prior to start classes, they were invited to take a medical education course focused principally in methodology and competencies. This is a graphic where we could see our curriculum distribution. 4 semesters of basic science integrated to clinical science in the first and the second year. 2 semesters of health science and preventive medicine in the third year. 2 semesters of clinical science and public health using the organs and system modules modality in the 4th year. 2 semesters of clinical and surgical clerkships in the 5th year. And in the 6th year, an internship with 2 mandatory modules and 2 optional modules. Once they were admitted, they could be inside of the university and they could be rejected. If they were rejected, they had like a remediation course just to enter in the next date. Then they go to the 1st year, as you can see, with different curriculum parts. And then to the 6th year. After the 6th year, they have a mandatory primary health care year. They have to go to different little towns around the country and just make a year of primary health care there before they could start practicing medicine. We also had a minors program because as a liberal art university, we believe that students must have capacities or capabilities to study other fields, to be in other fields. Their work, we have health administration, sports medicine, urgency medicine, public health, biotechnology, and medical audit. They could take these courses with 5 or 7 subjects for around 2 or 3 months. If they don't want to take these courses, they could go to any other of the faculties of the colleges, and they could take, for example, business or history or art programs. Research was a very important part of our university programs. Our government has a mandatory requirement of research production for the local accreditation. We offer 2 courses of research methods to our medical students. Research methods 1 and then research methods 2. The second one will be specifically designed for them to make their research project before coming an MD. We have also extracurricular programs, Spanish 1, Spanish 2, and as soon as they have a good proficiency in English, they could take subjects in English, whichever they want. The workshops, we have 7 concentration workshops related to medicine, 2 workshops of art, 1 human rights and peace volume, and 1 entrepreneurship workshop. And I really